It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks on Monday Night Prime Time.
Well, the city of Seattle known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a wet and wild Lumen Field.
Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks. Welcome again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, and yes, the rain is falling now, and it is supposed to continue to fall throughout this game. So how do you think that will impact this contest?
Well, first and foremost, both quarterbacks are going to make sure the officials have those dry footballs coming in each and every play and standing over them sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
Here now to get us started is Logan Cook. And off we go from Seattle.
Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
Leading them out is the fourth-year quarterback out of Missouri. Second rounder in 2019, Drew Lock.
And I think that everyone is looking forward to seeing Drew Lock take the next step in the quarterback evolutionary process. Decision-making is something that he's working on improving because he's got plenty of arm and makes excellent off-platform throws. What he's seeking now, to be consistent in all of his processes.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Throwing right away, here's Locke.
Forced out to his left. And his first pass is incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Locke. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive.
And they'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior, whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and he's doing everything in his power to follow through.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's Lawrence.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Lawrence will throw. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down at 5. Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st.
And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL, because if you're a running back, you're not just going to carry it. You got to catch it out of the backfield. Combo guys, they're the ones everyone wants on their team.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Back to the ground with ETN.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be converted. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review. So
and now they're going to fake it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I couldn't wonder. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point. I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now Locke on the bootleg. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
To throw it is Locke. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. They look to throw. It's Locke. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there. A deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more. He's got the first down and more than that.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time. Defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening. One first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A surprise. Go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And his throw is incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up first and goal. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is... touchdown, Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Oh, this is blocked. And the Seahawks have it. But he will not be able to bring this one back in the extra point attempt. Unsuccessful.
I need your help on this one. We just saw an extra point blocked. Do you think the rain had anything to do with it getting blocked?
Everything goes a little bit slower, but I'll tell you what, the snap and the hold, they look good.
Yeah, and most of the time, I love when you bring that up about it getting slower. It's deliberate when it gets slower, right? Because you have to go through it a little bit more. You want to be just a little bit more careful catching the ball, putting it down, and giving him a chance to kick it.
They'll start with the option.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Moore now. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. And sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had. On the money.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Now he'll throw deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. Breakaway. They stop him a few yards shy. Jaguars come to the line to start their net.
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to office selected.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot.
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to office selected.
But this is going to wind up incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
He's going to air one out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And it... This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter.
Second half starts with a run by ETN.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Claimed success in this game already, 2 touchdown catches, but that was a very dangerous throw. But you have to understand, with 2 catches already for touchdowns, they're going to try and force it to him at times as well.
Rolling to his left. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. They've got his man, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On play action, Lawrence. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to... First down, here's the run with Cook.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Moore. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Escapes the sack. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. Well, Charles, I've heard of backing up to avoid the rush. I think this takes that to a whole new level.
And not upper level either.
Now the ball comes loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Trayvon Walker, his second sack of the night. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sides, and the most curious way there to burn some clock, that was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Lawrence.
He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 40 yards. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
So add 3. All told, after the safety, it's a 5-point swing. And that could have turned out much worse.
Well, you don't want to say no harm, no foul, but I do believe you're right. A 9-point swing hurts. 5 points, much more manageable, especially in a tight game like this.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27.
And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got him in. Complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
get us started is Logan Cook. And off we go from Seattle.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
And leading them out is the fourth-year quarterback out of Missouri. In 2019, Drew Lock.
Let's go now.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Now Moore to throw on second down.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. On third down, Moore. He hits his target, Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Moore. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll look to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Moore. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Moore. He'll dump this off to Cook.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Moore. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At the 20.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to
pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Lawrence.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. That's taken on the 25.
It's a 54-yard punt with a return of 11.
And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive.
And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Moore.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook.
Dances by him.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
More now on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. More. And that is incomplete. The other day they told us we've got 3rd and 5 of this. We have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he stopped immediately there. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It's not about pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left. Contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Here's Lawrence. He'll air this one out for Kirk.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A rocky start throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Moore on 1st and 10. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. To throw is Moore. Looking to throw on 2nd down. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll leave it with a 3rd and 2.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Off the play fake. Moore. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Back to throw. Moore. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Moore. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
So it looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Looking to throw. Moore. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw again.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. The red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson not liking what he saw there. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
To review the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So Doug Peterson successful there on the challenge, throwing out the flag. A good call. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash. This from 45 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with ETN. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Here's Moore. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Moore. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off-play action. Moore. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Let's rock and roll. Hey, what we got?
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Back to throw. Moore.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st down, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Room here to run. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
Well, I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. The kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to a returns. Let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne.
Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Now Lawrence going to get his guys to go quickly.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Lawrence.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
To throw again is Lawrence.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and controlled you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports halftime report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for Jacksonville in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Lawrence giving to ETN here on the option.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, No yards to be found.
The last two plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
Now Lawrence.
And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They start the drive with Cook. Able to slither by. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's a nice run right there. Able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Moore now. He's got a man. It's his fullback. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Moore.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Off the play fake. Moore. Left side complete to Lockett. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now Moore. Wide open receiver complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Jaguars getting set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. And his throw here is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Lawrence will throw. He'll drop this one off with ETN.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Jags grab it. And now the rookie's free. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And the fumble recovery was an important first step, but still a huge fourth quarter hole to dig out of. Down 3 scores.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
And they'll run with ETN.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Travis Etienne.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the fourth, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
Now more. Throwing on 1st down.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Moore. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Moore.
He hits his target, Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Off play action. Moore. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Josh Allen able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The offense on third down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Flush to his right, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's right. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Lawrence.
And that's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Lawrence on third down.
And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence.
And Ingram holds it in.
And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
From midfield now, Lawrence again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards.
Let's face it, the focus is going to be, at the end of this play, on the big-time gain, right? He lined up on the left and worked his way all the way to the right before the perfect pass found him. But how about the offensive line and the protection to give him enough time to work his way all the way across the field?
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Patterson now for the extra point.
It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception.
So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. Fighting through, and he's got space. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last two plays having gone backwards? Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.